Hey guys, my name is Joseph Save Jacobson, and I'm 24 years old.
What's up, Save? Oh, I'm so glad to finally have you on here as well.
What's up, man?
You've definitely been a name mentioned whenever it comes to support gameplay in the semi-pro scene in North America. I know you pretty well, but I want everyone else to get to know you. So we'll start off with how long you've been playing Dota and what your current MMR is.
I've been playing Dota since Dota 1. I think it has to be like at least 2006. I used to play RuneScape. I strolled into a LAN cafe and I saw these people playing Dota and I was like, wow, what is this? I'm just here training strength on some rock crabs or whatever. And I just seen it from there and I was like, hey, this game looks pretty cool. Went in, tried it out, played it completely wrong. I would just like play clinks and just build damage items, run around and probably do nothing correctly. But that was my entry into Dota. And since I played like on and off through, and then when Dota 2 came out, I hopped right on in 2011. My MMR currently, it's like mid 6400s or like lower 6400s. So trying to get that up.
Yeah, it's a shame, like how, I don't know, I feel like the community views you and judges you so much by that number,
It's true. Yeah.
and it really doesn't mean that much. It definitely means I feel like it's more of like your ability to win in a
Mhm.
and control your team, especially when you're playing support. You feel pretty helpless at times, but it's
No,
pretty
honestly.
respectable. Definitely. So what you obviously said that you saw some people playing it, but what about the game really got you into it? Have you always been a very competitive person, or?
Oh, definitely. It's I've been playing games literally since I was as long as I can remember. I've been playing video games to be honest. And I have a pretty close-knit group of friends. Like they live all around my neighborhood, so we all game together. And it was just instant competition. Like I was just born into competition with these guys. So playing anything that we've ever played together, it's like, wow, I want to be the best at this. And Dota was just another outlet for me to try to do that, and it kind of is working out. So.
Yeah. So how many hours would you say you've spent playing Dota?
Oh my gosh, it's been a lot of idle hours, but realistically, like easily four, five, six, maybe like 6,000 non-idle, maybe 7,000 like non-idle hours. I spent a lot of time playing Dota. If you include Dota 1, oh my, I can't even, I don't even know if I could have
Yeah.
a stat for that. It's probably like 12, 13, I don't know, 10, 12 years of gaming, in this game. So a
So
lot of hours.
obviously you've heard of NADCL. You're here with me interviewing about it. You are planning to play in the league, correct?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely trying to get in.
And do you have a stack already?
Yep, I have a stack. They invited me in actually, and some of the guys I've played with in the past, so I'm pretty confident that we can make it through. I believe in these guys.
Yeah, so there's 8 spots, and you just have to get one of those.
Oh
The
no.
really big thing is all about the seeding and what bracket you get into. So you may have to play, against one or two pretty solid teams to
Yeah.
make it into the league, which is going to be pretty challenging because there's a lot of competition. I think like every semi-pro player I know right now is getting a stack ready and they're scrimming, and it's
Yeah.
exciting because this is something that you see always see like these stacks come together post TI shuffle, but
Mm.
in the semi-pro scene, it's always a struggle for people to get stacks together. But right now, this is the most stacks and people looking for scrims in the NA Dota 2 Tier 2 scene that I've seen ever.
No, you're honestly right. Last year when the circuit started, I we competed just right out the gates. The first tournament, we played right away. It wasn't nearly as close to like as many teams or like just like motivation all around in the NA scene. It's pretty crazy to see all these people, they're just banding together and they've been in the, people who are like top 500 or even top 1,000 players. There's so many people that are just trying to aspire to just get in, and it's really nice to see all these NA players just rising up, trying to pull it together and, try to make something of themselves or just try to advance in some way. So it's really nice to see for sure.
So you are a support player. I'm just reiterating that. You play both the 4 and 5 role, correct?
Yep, pretty interchangeably, yeah.
What are you playing on in your team right now?
My other support player, he prefers four, and since I'm just invited on in, I'm like, hey, just whatever you guys want me to do, just pick me a hero and let's go. So they had me on five.
I feel like in this meta, it's more about the hero as opposed to defining a specific role. I think
Yeah.
everybody has like their purpose in the game, and if you need items to achieve that purpose, then you obviously get a little more priority.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right for sure. Things are
So,
pretty interchangeable with that.
what would you say your favorite three heroes are?
Favorite three heroes? Oh, that's easy. Okay. First on the list, number one, Io, and then Tusk, and then third, honestly, oh gosh, I don't know. Hmm. Pudge. Those three.
Pudge?
Yeah.
Nice. Have you guys been playing any Pudge in your scrims?
They were gonna pick it one time, but I was like, hey, this is probably not a good idea. We probably wouldn't do this in a real game. Let's not. So yeah.
Same thing. We've been trying to fit like techies in to the drafts, but it's
I,
just like it's like such a commitment. Um,
I feel like that would work a lot better than a Pudge, to be honest, or more
it would.
consistent.
It would.
Yeah. Plus your techies is freaking PogChamp, so yeah,
Thank
that'll
you.
work.
Thank you. What are your favorite heroes of the current patch? Are they the same three or?
Mm, in this patch, I've literally been just in pubs. I've been insta-locking IO, so that's somehow been working out for me. Other than that, I just kind of pick usually probably just a five, like just the easy five, whatever works for that game. Maybe like a Vengeful Spirit or Silence or something that's really gonna just be able to do really well in the laning stage.
Winter Wyvern?
Yeah, Wyvern, that's a big one
Yeah.
too. I love that hero.
So what would you say your most memorable moment in your Dota 2 career thus far has been? Do you have
Well,
like a really like a moment you qualified for something or a play you made in a game?
okay, yeah. All right. Well, since I guess I debuted as a semi-pro at the start of last year. I just came from quitting Dota. I hopped on a stack and um, we played the first major that was open for that year. It was Star Ladder, and we ended up qualifying. It was pretty amazing. It was like us and Immortals or the MVP stack or the Korean stack that qualified through, and then boom, our first game. They're debuting or I'm debuting on Beyond the Summit or whatever, and guess who we have to play against? EG. And what do? They first pick me IO, so it's like, all right, it's all on me, right? And we actually lead half of the game. And I remember this play specifically. Samael was running at my offlane player, and he was like about to kill him, right? I freaking TP into the shrine, shift Q tether, overcharge. We heal him at the shrine. We doom him. We actually end up turning the kill. It was pretty crazy. Like my core, he literally lived with like 1 HP. My doom, and just like knowing that it was Samael was
Yeah,
amazing. And then I guess
that's
a few
awesome.
minutes later, I creep locked Arteezy as my doom right clicked him, and we killed him. Like it was just like nuts. Like I was like doing everything I could tooth and nail to win the game. And I was super nervous, but this they just got out of TI. This is their first game since TI. Like everyone's watching. I'm on my favorite hero, so it's like if there was ever a time to go and
That's
do
how I
something,
feel whenever
here it is.
I'm in some like super like high like a 7K average pub. I always just insta lock techies.
There you
Like I
go.
just want to play like what I'm known for and like what my like best hero I feel is. Same.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
awesome though. Play against players like Sumail and
Oh
perform.
yeah. It felt amazing. I mean, we lost 2-0. Obviously, don't watch game two. That was a disaster. But hey, half of game one, I'm telling you, we look real good for a second. We definitely
um,
made them play serious.
so do you know all the teams that you've played on, like notable teams so far?
Uh, like I said, my semi-pro like run has only started at the beginning of last season, and I joined a team called Blue Pikachu. It's kind of a clowny team. A
I
lot
can
of people
blame
have
it.
been outed since, but that was my first team, and we stayed together as like a core three. Like it was me, my other support, and this guy SMD. He pretty much played every single role along the way, but we stayed together as three for like 6 to 8 months, and we've had a decent amount of success. We qualified for like 10 minors or majors or the open. Yeah, we went
You
through the opens or
qualified
we got
for
direct
the
invited.
regional qualifiers,
Yeah,
right?
and
For
then
the
we went
opens.
to we qualified for the regionals for West G, and we were like like a few games away from going to China. That was pretty crazy. So we had a good run with them, but that was my first team that I played on, and then after that, we did like one little stack called GoPro, and we only competed in one major qualifier. I forgot which one it was, but we actually qualified for it. It was like a one-hit wonder. And then after that, I kind of stepped down from competitive because I was like, hey, I competed for like 8 months straight. I had a really good time with it, but I don't think I could just rush to find people for a team, just like in and whip them together just to qualify for like the TI quals or something like that. I was
Yeah.
like, probably just safer to just call it off for now.
So are there any other up and coming players that you are excited to see play in the league that haven't got much exposure?
Hmm. I don't know. There's no one. I can't think of like anyone in my mind that's like a superstar player like on the rise. But what I will say is there's a lot of players that are like in the tier three area or like have the potential to be T3 material. I talk to a lot of these people. I kind of like they're kind of like all in the same group for me, you know. And I feel like a lot of these people, if they're playing in this league, and if they're playing just like the best advice I give these people is like, you need experience. You'll never be able to like. Ultimately, I tell these people if you want to go pro, you're gonna have to beat the best of the best, right? So if you think whatever you're doing now it's good, just think that the final hurdle at the end of like the pro line is you're gonna have to beat EG. You're gonna have to beat whatever it is, right? Whatever the tier one team is, or something close to that. So it's like these people, I just what I recommend for them is go on in there, try to get as much high end experience as you can, play in every qualifier, play against every good team that you have, and just try to get that experience for one. And with that experience, that's kind of what it was for me. Like, it's so much different when you're playing scrims and stuff like that, and then you got to go into a actual like the official game and it's streamed. You got 10,000 people watching you. It's a whole nother pressure. So the faster that people rise to those ranks and just keep getting stomped by the tier two and tier one teams, it's going to benefit them. So having something like this, NADCL, it's going to broadcast the games. It's going to give them that like that sense of, oh, this is people are watching me, like people watch my mistakes, everything. Like you're going to have that real immediate pressure on you, so having people deal with that and seeing how they react to it, I think it's going to be really good because there's a lot of people that I know that need that experience. And maybe if they had more confidence in themselves and just more, gameplay at the higher level, that they could actually refine themselves into something really good. And that's like a few people I know, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I know as well. So you're a really friendly guy. You don't. I assume you don't make a lot of enemies, but is there any like rivalries you have? Is there anybody you're really excited to play against to beat?
Oh, no rivalry specifically, but beating, yeah, like I want to beat everybody, honestly. Like when I go into a game or when I go into official or anything like that, it's all like from the moment that the horn rings, man, and the game starts, I'm locked in. Like I'm trying to beat you in every single way, trying to do everything I can tooth and nail to win. No rivalry specifically, but everyone, like everyone on the list, got to knock them all down. That's my mood.
That's all. That's just an amazing attitude to have, to be honest. If you could play with any player in the semi-professional community, who would it be?
Any player? Let's think here. Dang. I want to say like some superstar like core player, right? But I don't know. I've always knew about this one guy. His name's Nushim. When I was just a noob, probably like in 2013, someone from my hometown, his name was Shibi. He actually was actually going pro. Like he was on a team
Yeah, I know
Leviathan. They went to
Shibby.
China. Yeah, so it's like I knew this guy in real life, and I'd see his support duo, and like Nushim kind of played like my heroes like Io and this and that. So it's like in the future now, like I'm of his caliber. So it's like maybe that's a guy like I definitely like to play with at some point.
Yeah, he's an amazing player.
And he's a nice guy too. Like that's such an important thing.
Yeah.
What I've learned,
Yeah.
yeah, what I've learned going along the line is like I've played with a lot of people that are these high caliber players, very high skill, like insane. Like these guys are so good mechanically, but when it comes to like having these rotten personalities on the inside or these egos or whatever it is, it's just way too conflicting in a team scenario. Like you need to have at least four sane people on the team that are able to be friendly and coexist, and then maybe you have the one Samael, right? The
Yeah.
guy who's just like fucking goes wild and except but he's got the skill to back it up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you have three of those guys, it's very
It's just
unstable of environment.
chaotic. Yeah.
Yes. You need people like what I've learned is Dota skill only goes so far. You need to show up as a professional emotionally. You need to literally be that and deal with all the emotions that come with it in game, out of game, everything. So it's a lot. And a lot of people don't understand that. They just think, hey, I'm good at Dota, and that's what we're gonna do. I play Dota, but no, you got to show up like on so many levels, to make it through as a pro.
Yeah. So my last question for you is what hypes you up most about the NADCL? Is it the prize pool? Is it the opportunity, the exposure? What really gets you? What makes you so excited to play in NADCL?
Well, I guess two big things. The first thing is like something like this hasn't been done if in a long time, if not ever. Like maybe FPL was kind of close to this, but not even. This is pretty unique. And on top of that, just being able to pull all these tier three teams together, pull them out, and then be like, hey, you guys, we're giving you a platform to train, make some money on the way, and on top of that, you're going to get exposure in the sense of, it's going to be streamed, right? I believe the games are going to like broadcasted.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, it's gonna be perfect. It's like, everyone's gonna see what's going on. Everyone's gonna have an update on like how the scene is, because if these are like the top prospects in NA, right, essentially, everyone's gonna see like how it's actually going, because everyone's gonna be going head to head every weekend. So I think that's gonna be really awesome to see, like, because we don't, obviously when you scrim people, you're not gonna like talk, oh yeah, scrim on like this, and scrim on like this, scrim on like with that. But now you're gonna be every weekend you're gonna be able to see, all right, let's see who's the top dog, who's putting in the work, who's gonna win, what do they got. We're going to see people who actually are going to form together and really rise and, hopefully be like a star-studded team or like a tier 3 team that could, maybe even be a tier 2 team. So being able to see all these teams out in the open eye and just see them battle and brawl against each other, I can't wait for that. That's going to be pretty hype.
It's gonna be fight night every weekend.
There's going to be some blood spilled. Oh gosh, NA blood.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Seeing all these guys that I know too, that's another thing. Like I know so many of these people that are going into it. So it's like I got a lot of friends, but when it comes to Dota, I don't got no friends. Just the four that are on my team. All right, guys, thanks for watching my NADCL interview. Shout out to everyone that supported me along the way, everyone from Chicago, and everyone who watches me on Twitch. They see what's really going on. So shout out to all you guys motivating me every time I hop on. Yeah, thank you so much again. And I hope that you guys go and have a good time checking out NADCL. It should be a really good time. And, if you're thinking about hopping on in, now's the time, honestly. If you ever were on the fence about it, just try to find a team and hop in, see what you can do. You never know.